What's up, everybody? Welcome to It's Time to Talk, Watertron Astrology. I hope you're doing good today. I hope you've been, just really tending to both of your external and internal needs, all right? But we are here with a channel today. By the title, you can tell it's going to go down because this is called a balance of the hearts. This is a download that I got for a lot of people out there, actually. Especially for those, who are currently tapping into this channel. We're focusing on making this space a very emotionally nurturing space and a place where you can really gain a level of emotional healing and just maintain even emotional health. All right, we utilize astrology. I'm a professional astrologer, and I definitely help to alchemize a lot of painful emotional situations. So we go deep here. All right, so without further ado, this is about a balance of the hearts, y'all. And I literally wrote down before writing out the title because I channeled a battle of the hearts first. And then Spirit was like, no, it's a balance of the hearts, and it made sense to me because, we're not battling. Even if it has been a battle of the hearts, not anymore. So the title was a balance of the hearts, okay? And this message is for those out there who are currently going through a lot of emotions and they're dealing with heart-based issues, all right? These are issues dealing with grief, all right? Sorrow, pain, all right? And these are things that have kind of been happening and you feel as if you don't really have no control over it. This can be people like trigger warning, okay? Because we're gonna get deep, but this can be like people passing or just like abuse mentally, physically, or emotionally, or betrayal, things that just have really you kind of opened your heart up at points, and it's kind of been somehow hurt, all right? But there's a balance of the hearts happening right now, okay? So it's like a lot of people who have felt painful situations or sorrow or been stuck in chronic grief. I mean, I'm talking about it's become the norm. Like the ones I'm talking to now, like you almost have felt like at one point it was just like this is just happened so much. It's starting to become a normal thing that you have to now build boundaries around or like protect yourself or move on eggshells. It's created all these weird dynamics, okay? But where we move forward now is a balance of the hearts, okay? And I have tarot here that we're going to start off with. Well, actually, we're going to start off with the astrology dice, okay? But I want to talk about one more thing before I jump right in, too, because I got the channel about how this really is like, there are different levels to this. So a lot of you guys, it's a lot of you guys. So I'm going to be talking to, a variety of people when I'm explaining this, So it's like, we talk about generations, and I am in the Pluto and Scorpio generation, all right? And that is, I want to say from 1983 to 1995. That's the year of the generation for Pluto and Scorpio, all right? And then, my parents, of course, are going to be the next generation before. And then if I were to have kids, it would be the generation below me. Okay, so this applies to you guys as well, all right? Because this is how this balancing of the hearts is happening. Because there are things that have happened to your parents, all right? But you are more than likely in the middle of this energy in some type of way, to where if your parents had a lot of sorrow and grief and pain and betrayal, all those things that I named, and that trickled down to you, right? And we're not even talking deeper into like your parents' parents. That's even deeper, but we're just starting with these 3 generations. So that energy trickles down to you, right? And you are here refining things, especially if you're on this channel right now. You're refining things, you're balancing things, you've done a lot of work. You transformed, alchemized, transmuted, transcended, healed. And it's almost like you've done so much of it, you almost don't know if this is normal or not anymore. And I'm here to remind you that it's not normal anymore. Like, no, you're coming out of this, right? And I say weird too, because we all are as a collective, when I'm talking about the generations. But believe that if you have been on that road, you've done a really good job, because the next generation is not even feeling a lot of that sorrow, that pain. They can't even really connect to it. They can't even grasp it that good. And that's for those who are in your lineage, your line that I'm speaking to. Like, that you have done so much alchemizing and transcending from the previous like pains and hurts and griefs, that the next generation can't even really identify or recognize or even relate to it that much. And that's really good, so that's what this is about with the balancing of the hearts. Okay, so that's 6 minutes in, and I don't want to make this long, so let's go ahead and get right into what messages of encouragement to those who are on this road. What do they need? What do we need for encouragement? Spirit, ancestors, known and unknown, spirit guides of the highest white light, ourself and the child. So we got Saturn in Sagittarius in the 7th house. So so messages of encouragement. Saturn, is Big Daddy. Okay, he coming in here laying down laws and restrictions and limitations. All right. And then we got Sagittarius, which is all about your beliefs, your philosophy. This is your foresight. It's where you're going in life. All right. 7th house is all about balancing things, harmonizing things, relationships, partnerships here. So there's an energy of standing on what you have now learned. So you have been through things and you have learned things and you have been restricted from having certain things for a while because you've had to endure certain things. You had to learn a lot about relationships, a lot of you guys. It's a lot of relationship lessons that you've had to learn, and almost like from the bottom with Saturn. Like, you went through the most probably not knowing what's really going on, just jumping right head first into it and not really even knowing where you're going, but just knowing that you want this, right? You want this relationship, you want this partnership, you want this business deal, right? And then later on realizing that, whoa, I should have probably took different steps, because that's Saturn. It starts you from the ground level and then it builds you up to the top so you gain mastery. So we have some of you guys who are in that mode right now where you're still, you're jumping into it. You're like trying to figure out your beliefs. You're trying to establish like a foundation and make sure that you're like seeking out the right partners and business deals. Okay, that's good. Keep going and know that you are going to reach a level of mastery. But you have a lot of you guys who have done that work, and you are literally out here focused on now finding partnerships who can relate to like-minded people, who can relate to who you are now that you've done that work, because you've done so much work. You deserve people who can come around you now, who are on your level, who can understand you, and it doesn't require you to work. It requires you to focus more on relationship harmony, relationship building. A lot of you guys, it's time to focus more on building relationships off of what you've balanced. Like, you've balanced things so much. You've learned things because you've had to balance so much. Now it's time for you to seek out partnerships for those. For you trying to seek out those partnerships, all right? And I'm hearing that, like, don't settle. And Saturn is even here not gonna allow you guys to settle. So if any of you guys are like finding that certain partnerships aren't working now that you're dating and establishing, it's because Saturn is not allowing you. It's not on your level. So, you know, and I think that's encouragement to know that like you're not gonna keep working. Like, you know, if you've done in the work and like you got your belief set on who you on, you know, you've just done that work spiritually to understand what you should be believing in, what your spiritual philosophy should be, what you deserve, what your boundaries are, you know, in a relationship, in a partnership with yourself, then you deserve now to experience that. And Saturn isn't going to allow you to go back because he knows you've already learned the lesson. So let's get some more on this. Let's clarify this overall. Let's just get some more confirmations out here. So we got the South Node with water, the water element, y'all. That's what I'm saying, though. Because with the South Node, though, that's just like past. Like, you've learned things already. So a lot of y'all have balanced the heart successfully. Like, your heart is balanced. So if anything comes and it's not balanced, understand that it's not gonna be able to resonate for that long, especially in matters of relationship. Okay, and this is one-to-one specifically, so this can be partnerships. Okay, this can be business partnerships, relationship spouse. This can be your best friend. All right, these are things that you guys are mostly focused on, and it's gonna balance itself out. But past things that don't resonate with you anymore are like there may be certain energies that try to come back around, and emotionally, you know, there may be a connection. But when it comes to like what you believe in now, your spiritual philosophy and how it resonates, there is something that is going to have to be let go of in that regard with the South Node. So it's so, and what this really is, it's like letting go of certain emotional attachments. So feeling like you have to settle, like that's what I'm really just picking up on. Or you have to like do this for this or do this for this, but ultimately you don't believe that you should do it. You know, for example, like you could feel like you have to go to this place, or you have to go to this, or you have to talk to this person, because if not, like emotionally it may make someone sad or da 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 da. But you ultimately would rather focus on this person or focus on going to this destination because it would make you feel better and you'll be able to express more of yourself. That's okay. Okay, but it's like, yeah, there could be some type of conflicts on trying to learn how to, now that you balance your heart, letting go of like situations that will basically bring you out of balance, you know? And that could be really tough because you've been in this energy of having to really be that divine judge energy and take on both things and like balance both sides so much that you almost like don't really remember how to like get back to that middle ground. But that's why this video is titled A Balance of the Hearts. It's almost like a reminder that like, hey, you're in a balanced space. Don't go back. Chill, okay? You know, you accomplished mastery. And then if there's even some of you guys out there who are struggling with that even more, to where you are stuck in those situations from the past that have you emotionally attached to it, you're learning to refine your belief. You're learning what do you believe in, all right? And go for that, all right? So let's get some more zodiac cards on this energy. Overall encouragement. We got Neptune with the moon. It's like, so the moon, you know, this is subconscious energy, y'all. Neptune, that's a very spiritual energy. We have the moon, we have the North Node going into Pisces, which the moon is ruled by. on the 29th, y'all, of January 2025. And it's going to be conjunct Neptune and Pisces. So the North Node is going into Pisces. It's been in Aries North Node for the past 2 years. I don't know why it went blank. And it's now going into Pisces on the 29th of January 2025. And it will be conjunct Neptune, all right? So, and I want to say the moon is going to be in Pisces during this transit. Like, I really want to say that because we haven't, I feel like it's going to all line up. So anyway, double check that. But I really feel like the moon is going to be in Pisces during the time of the North Node shifting into Pisces conjuncting Neptune. So this is a big message right here, because that transit is about believing in yourself, all right? And you have the South Node, which we do have the South Node here represented. But the South Node will be in Virgo, all right? And Virgo can be extremely critical sometimes, which is a really good trait, because sometimes you have to scrutinize and analyze and pick things apart in order to really make sure that you're looking at things clearly, you know. But with the South Node being in Virgo, there is a need to make sure that you aren't picking your, like, the good things that are for you apart, you know. If you've done that work, you've done all that balancing, which I know a lot of you have. It's now time for you to receive these balanced, harmonious, loving relationship dynamics, experience emotional satisfaction within relationships and fulfillment, to where, you know, people are literally like, it's one thing to connect with someone on a more like conscious level, small talk level, but when you can talk about emotions with someone constantly, then that's just a different dynamic. And that's what a lot of you are stepping into when we get into this North Node going into Pisces. You're going to be coming into more connections that truly support you on a spiritual level. Like, it's like you guys have been going through the same thing. So it's like other people who have been balancing their hearts, you know, that's pretty dope, because I feel like that's this channel. That's the intention, to attract those people, you know, those souls, those chosen ones, those special beings, you know. And it's just beautiful, you know, to know that, because I think it's just like, but you have to make sure you believe in yourself. Don't deny yourself a balanced relationship and accept something lesser. All right, work on that. And I'll say that again. Don't deny yourself something greater or a blessing for something lesser right now. Okay, no. There may be tests here. We got Saturn, you know, to where those partnerships and those lesser things gonna come back around. Like, hey, because it's gonna always want you, right? The lesser will always want the higher. You know, the unbalanced will always want the balance. But the balance deserves the balance. You know, the higher deserves the higher. You know, whatever it deserves, because it did that work and you've done that work. So let's get some tarot out here, y'all, and then we're gonna close this out. It's getting kind of long. So we got the Queen of Swords to the Three of Swords. Wow. Let me just check the time here. So we're at 18 minutes. All right. Wow. So the Queen of Swords to the Three of Swords, y'all. Yeah, like the Queen of Swords, that's Libra, which rules the 7th house. You stand on business, all right? You stand on business. You've done the work with this Three of Swords, Saturn and Libra. Like, you've done the work, okay? The Three of Swords is Saturn and Libra, okay? You deserve harmonious relationships. You deserve balance. You deserve peace. You deserve to let down your guards. You deserve to be loved. You are already loved. You are already deserving, you know. And you continue to believe these things, and you're going to get exactly that, all right? So let's get one more closing message, y'all. I love y'all. You guys truly deserve everything. Man, your emotions are They're healing you into a space that you've never been before. But it's one that you knew you wanted it, but you didn't know you wanted it. It's just something that you didn't even know how much you wanted this. But you're healing so much, you've done so much that you're going to this space regardless, and you're not going to even realize this is everything that you wanted. I love that for y'all. Let's get one more closing card. That was deep, man. We got the Nine of Cups. Stop playing, y'all. Because I said that with the Ten of Swords at the bottom, y'all. We had 20 minutes. All right. We're finna close this out, y'all. The Nine of Cups is fulfillment. All right. The Ten of Swords because you did the work. You went through so much. Oh, my God. We know that. We talked about all that grief and sorrow you had to balance. So you definitely deserve it all. The Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is right before the Ten of Cups, all right? The Ten of Cups is where you're sharing all this with somebody, all right? We've been talking about relationships this whole time because this next chapter, all this balance, all this wealth you're coming into, all this abundance with Sagittarius that you're expanding into, you definitely need to make sure this next person, people, relationship, business that's coming with you, that's going to take you to the next cup, because you're going to the next cup regardless. Both of them on their way. But you need to make sure the energy that comes with you has integrity, can understand you emotionally, can connect with you emotionally, and really how you can really make sure that a lot of past things you went through, you don't want to just be like trauma dumping and just doing all that, no. But a lot of things that you went through in the past that you haven't spoke about, and if you haven't read my, got into that first video I did on my video, I feel like I'm talking to a lot of you guys for sure. But it's like if you have been through a lot and you haven't really been that one to speak up about it, what is next relationship you're going to be in dynamics where you can. And this is what it's supposed to be. It's not necessarily an energy of like not talking about it because you don't want to bring that into the energy of the relationship. Well, that is sometimes the case. But with these for you, these people are made for you, designed for you to come through and release and express and let down your guard and talk and relax and just emotionally feel nurtured and healthy and heard and protected and loved and at ease. I love that for y'all. 22:44 on the clock. Peace. Till next time.